On behalf of all the staff at AAQEP, I want to welcome you and your team to the new member orientation. I hope you will find your AAQEP experience a refreshing and fulfilling one. As our president and CEO, Dr. Lascelles Peterson, would say, let's improve together and have some fun along the way. My name is Songbi Xu. I am the Chief Relations Officer at AAQEP. Joining me today is Dr. Karen Lowenstein, AAQEP's Director of Member Services. In today's video, Karen and I will walk you through your AAQEP journey, including the AAQEP process and all the support you have access to as a member. Please feel free to reach out to Karen or me with any questions you may have. Our contact information will be available at the end of this video. While achieving accreditation has been central to any accreditation process, it is not the end of the journey for quality assurance and improvement. While the achievement of accreditation is seen as a result of the efforts for quality assurance and continuous improvement, it leads to a faulty sense of finality. At AAQEP, we see that accreditation is not a result, but a means to quality assurance and continuous improvement. The achievement of accreditation is simply a moment of recognition in an upward spiral journey. There will be many more moments of recognition as we continue to assure quality and to improve. This slide gives you a general idea of the timeline of the major activities in the AAQEP accreditation process. Similar to other accreditation systems you may be familiar with already, the anchor point of the AAQEP process is the site visit. All activities revolve around the site visit. Shortly after joining AAQEP Director of Accreditation Services, Sarah Hiller, will be in touch with you and ask for your preference on the site visit timeframe. From there, you will be able to begin your transition and planning. The majority of the activities, as you can see, are done prior to the site visit, including the writing of the optional proposal, the writing of the quality assurance report or self-study, and participating in the site visit review. You will also notice that AAQEP's Accreditation Commission will have the decision made in 2 to 4 months after the site visit. AAQEP staff is happy to help you and your team map out your timeline and assist with any questions you may have on your transition. Please reach out to AAQEP staff if you have any specific requests on transition or timeline. Let's spend a few minutes to talk through AAQEP's funding principles, which will give you a better sense of the kind of accreditation agency AAQEP strives to be. AAQEP values collaboration among members. You are the experts on what you do, and we all can learn a thing or two from each other. AAQEP as an organization and its staff can provide guidance for the accreditation process and provide samples to highlight some of the good works done by members. These guidelines and samples have been beneficial to others and might be useful tools for you and your team as you think about your own journey. We're excited to offer you member activities where you can learn and collaborate with other member providers. In addition, AAQEP aims to create an environment that is improvement-focused and innovation-friendly. As you become more familiar with the AAQEP standards and processes, you will gain firsthand experience of how AAQEP values and encourages innovations. AAQEP also believes strongly that in order to build a build strong programs. A partnership among EPPs, state agencies, and AAQEP is essential. AAQEP strives to create a harmonious environment so that the EPPs can benefit from the process, and the state agencies and AAQEP can be assured of the program quality. AAQEP desires to work with all types of providers. During the initial inception of AAQEP, it was important for the working group, the design team, to create a set of standards that will work with all types of providers. As a result, there are 4 standards in AAQEP system that are designed to be applied to all types of providers in the Carnegie categories, as well as those who are outside of the higher education structure. The standards are broad enough to encompass all types of programs, and yet specific enough for the purpose of quality assurance and improvement. One of the unique characteristics of AAQEP is that AAQEP recognizes the importance of your local context. While there might be a universal principle for solving a particular issue, the implementation will always be unique due to local context. AAQEP believes that it is important to include local context when measuring the success of a provider. In addition, consistency is another principle AAQEP values highly. AAQEP constantly trains and monitors its reviewers and commissioners to ensure consistency in the review and in the decision-making processes. Please feel free to reach out to us if you see any inconsistencies in the process. AAQEP, like its members, is on the journey of continuous improvement. Last but not least, AAQEP tries to be as efficient and frugal as possible in conducting businesses. For example, AAQEP conducts all the Accreditation Commission decision-making meetings virtually, so decisions can be made timely and frugally. Now that you have some understanding of the AAQEP process and fundamental principles, you're probably eager to begin your journey. What might your next steps be? Allow me to make a couple of suggestions. Without a team or support from others, this journey could be a daunting and lonely one. To make this work of quality assurance and improvement more fun, I highly recommend that you seek out support. If you have not already, a helpful first step is to identify your team or internal support. We sincerely hope that you have a team to support and work throughout this process with you. This journey of quality assurance and improvement will become more meaningful as you involve your colleagues. Second, be sure to join a cohort of peers for peer support. As you and your team begin your AAQEP journey, you should have been asked to join a cohort of colleagues. You are assigned to a cohort based on your preferences so that you can learn from colleagues from similar settings or colleagues from a completely different environment. Our hope is that you will build a professional learning community where you can share your questions, wonderings, and ideas, and get feedback and reactions from your trusted colleagues. Third, for AAQEP support. In order for the journey to be well-marked, AAQEP is prepared to provide support at every stage of your journey. You and your team should be notified of these support opportunities in the new member orientation, bi-monthly newsletter, cohort meetings, as well as other email communications. Please take advantage of these support activities, which we will spend a minute or two on during this presentation. If you have other ideas as to how AAQEP can be more supportive, please don't hesitate to reach out. For internal support, AAQEP membership is offered at the provider level. Once joined, you, your team, and whoever you see appropriate can gain access to member-only information. As you participate in the monthly cohort calls, you will be well supported by your colleagues and have direct access to an AAQEP staff who is assigned to be the cohort liaison. As I mentioned before, there is a lot of support AAQEP has prepared and is offering, including an intentional curriculum that has been developed to support your professional journey as an individual and as a team. For complementary member resources and support, AAQEP provides collaborative conversation. A collaborative conversation is a member-led topic discussion presentation. If you're ever interested in organizing a collaborative conversation, either to share your practices or to solicit input on a particular topic, please let us know. AAQEP is happy to work with you to organize a collaborative conversation. Member quarterlies, which happens 3 times a year, is another opportunity to learn from your colleagues. AAQEP selects topics for discussion and presentations based on member needs and feedback. Please visit AAQEP website for the list of topics discussed in the member quarterlies in the past and their recordings. There are also open forums, which are pop-up events to address time-sensitive topics. In addition, the monthly cohort calls, the webinars are scheduled events that aim to provide support and clarity. AAQEP provides a number of how-to webinars for its members. It is always recorded and available on demand with no additional cost. The topics include writing proposals, writing QAR, writing appendices, and writing annual reports. There is also a webinar specifically about preparing for the site visit. We hope through these member webinars, expectations are made clear and transparent. In addition to all the free resources, AAQEP also makes its staff available for consultation and workshops. During the transition process, if there is a need for staff to work with you and your team more closely to address specific needs, consultation is available. Our senior staff members will make themselves available either in person or virtually. Please be sure to reach out if any of these activities may be benefit to you and your team. The workshop curriculum aims to address the different stages of the quality assurance and improvement journey, including making the case for quality, ensuring data quality and equity, using data to sustain improvement, and quality implementation. These workshops are designed to address different stages of the quality assurance and improvement process. They do not have to be taken sequentially. Participants have said that it maximizes the benefit if you have a colleague or a team that can attend these workshops with you, for you to bounce ideas off each other as you learn and plan. I'm now going to turn things over to my colleague, Karen, who will talk through a provider's key journey stops along the accreditation journey.
Thanks, Sungdi. My name is Karen Lowenstein, and I serve as AAQEP's Director of Member Services. I'm really glad to be here today, and I'm always glad to support your journey in any way that I can. So grab the popcorn, here we go. So AAQEP may be unique because we offer the journey stop of a proposal. It is an option to write a proposal. It is an early journey stop. It's built in to provide a member with formative feedback as members begin the self-study process. The proposal itself is a brief document, and it addresses only the first two standards of our framework. There's actually no data included in the proposal. Rather, the proposal is an opportunity for a provider to determine what measures make sense for a self-study. You see here that if you choose to write a proposal, there are 4 sections to it. You have a chance to briefly describe your context in section 1. And then you focus on the evidence set you plan to use to address standards 1 and 2 in section 2. In the 3rd section of the proposal, you explain your work or your plan for data quality. And then in the final section, you have the chance to describe your program's contextual challenges and planned innovations. This journey stop, we have lots of support in place. We offer a specific webinar on writing the accreditation proposal, and we have a workshop, Making the Case, that focuses on evidence sets for the standards. Our website also has documents and samples available to members only when it comes to writing the proposal. And of course, your cohort peers are a great way to find support. The next journey stop, really the big one, is a quality assurance report, or QAR for short. Your QAR is the culmination of the entire self-study process. We actually use QAR and self-study interchangeably. The QAR is a report where you make your evidence-based argument that the preparation programs included in your case meet the 4 standards and are therefore eligible for accreditation. The QAR is your opportunity, really, to tell your story, to tell it to the review team, to the Accreditation Commission, to your constituents, stakeholders, and to the public. You do this by not only presenting your data, but by analyzing and sharing the what's and the so what's. You'll see here that the self-study is due 6 months prior to your site visit. AAQEP doesn't really have templates or a specific required format for your QAR. What you do is provide the required information in an organized way. You see here on this slide that the QAR is comprised of 6 sections and that there are actually 5 appendices. Together, these address all aspects of the AAQEP standards. As Sungbi mentioned, our webinars and workshops address all the parts that you will need to address here in the QAR, including appendices. So we highly encourage you to attend our offerings. These are the 5 appendices that follow the narrative portion of the QAR. The purpose of these appendices is to document key program practices as evidence of the standards. Appendices also provide a way to keep the narrative or the text of your self-study focused on the story, focused on your analysis and your findings. And then the appendices provide additional information at the end of the report. The site visit. So in preparation for this journey stop, the AAQEP's Director of Accreditation will work with you to finalize the specific dates and estimate the cost for your site visit about 1 year prior. The purpose of the site visit is for members of the quality review team to verify and affirm the evidence submitted in your self-study. The review team does not make any judgments or recommendations. That is for the Accreditation Commission. And to support your organization and your planning of the site visit, AAQEP has a webinar dedicated to this journey stop. The journey stop of the Accreditation Commission decision occurs 2 to 4 months after your site visit. You as the provider will attend the accreditation meeting and answer any questions that the commissioners may have, and you'll be present for the decision of the commission. The commission makes decisions by evaluating each standard holistically, and when there's a preponderance of evidence for a standard, that standard is met. Right now, at this time, AAQEP has 54 accredited members, and the commissioner's decisions are all posted publicly on our website. A year after your accreditation decision is rendered, you will submit your first annual report to AAQEP. This first report provides an update on your work from the time of the completion of your self-study, the review team's insights, and the Accreditation Commission report. The purposes of the annual report include providing you with a structure to connect your ongoing work to the shared professional standards. You can use the annual report to capture the ongoing work you do to self-assess and continuously improve. The annual report template is available by October 1st every year, and the report itself is due to AAQEP by the end of December. AAQEP has developed guidance on how to write the annual report. And in addition, there's a webinar to provide guidance and answers to any questions you may have. We want to provide you support for all of your journey stops, and we really love to provide spaces where our members can collaborate. And to this end, I'm just going to touch briefly on multiple opportunities available to you. Sungdi mentioned there are lots of free resources available to you online. You can also register for our events online. And really, all of this is about connection and conversation with peers across the country to be the best provider that you can be. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that a way to get inside of AAQEP content and process is to serve as a peer reviewer. In fact, our members have said that serving as a peer reviewer is a great way to develop their own understandings of the framework and the processes. It's also a great way to learn about the work of peers across the country and a way to collaborate. All of our reviews are done jointly or in teams. Really, peer review is the foundation of AAQEP's work. We're grateful that you listened to our presentation today. You can see our emails here. Feel free to reach out anytime with questions, ideas, needs. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, follow us on social media. Here's our Twitter account. Here's our LinkedIn account. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much.